Yours was what's described as a surgical menopause, i.e. after a hysterectomy, I think.
Yeah, total hysterectomy, including both my ovaries. So.
Okay, and so your decision about HRT was what?
My decision initially about HRT was that I chose not to take it, and that was essentially due to a lack of information. So my information was based on the way that some HRT is produced, which is conjugated equine estrogen, and for me, ethically, I could not take that.
Okay, sorry, what was that thing about...
conjugated equine estrogen.
Is that horse urine?
Pregnant mare's urine.
Right, yeah. Okay. Is that true? HRT has pregnant
That's the
horse
original
urine.
HRT, and in fact still probably the most widely used around the world. But the modern HRTs are not animal derivatives, and they're much closer to what the body makes. It's estradiol.
Yeah.
Okay, so the new guidelines today are saying to GPs effectively what?
They're saying have an individual discussion with the women who come to seek your advice.
That's GPs would do that anyway without new guidelines.
Well, I think GPs were very
I'm sorry,
no,
that's not true.
They don't.
Really? I'm sorry, that's just an
okay, go on, tell me.
No, I think it's up to each and every individual woman now to make sure that they have access to the right information. In this day and age of the internet and everything else, there are still so many more women who do not have the information that they require, and the GP is the last person possibly that you would get any information from.
All you have to do is ask.
Part of the difficulty, Victoria, is that many women, they feel very low by the time they make that appointment and go for that appointment, and when they're turned away or given antidepressants or told, do you know, actually it's just a phase of life, you'll have to get on with it. No.
Okay, Nia, go on, you want to come in?
I was going to say, when I was diagnosed, I was A, in a state of shock, and B, I just lost all my confidence, and even the thought of picking up the phone and making a GP appointment was almost too overwhelming.
Right.
And I did, but once I was in the room, you need somebody to give you the information and to take the reins, because sometimes you're just not in a place where you feel you can do that.
And you were in a state of shock because A, you were young, and B, it's going to affect your fertility.
I'm infertile, yeah. So it was
So what help did you get there?
I didn't get any help as far as the emotional side of it at all. No offer of counselling or pointed in any direction at all. It was all about HRT and about the physical side of it, but that's only a fraction of what you're actually going through.
That is really interesting. Yeah, you'd agree. It's a fraction of what's
absolutely
what's going on up here as well.
I initially chose not to take the HRT because my information wasn't complete. Eventually, I got to such a low place in my life, I wasn't functioning at all, and I went back to, well, actually I was taken back to my GP by my wonderful husband, and I sat down, and when we sat down she said to me, but you don't have to have that equine estrogen, you can have bioidentical estrogen. But I didn't know that, and that hadn't been, at no point, after my hysterectomy, I managed to come out of the hospital within 2 days. That was my choice. I wanted to be out of the hospital. I left with absolutely no information.
Okay. All right. I have learned a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on the programme, Diane, Nia and Sujata and Melanie. Thank you very much. On the programme tomorrow, we'll take an